Apparently, you all knew, except for me, that Defending Jacob is also a book. So I recently discovered this series and I made a video about my first impression. So in case you haven't watched it, I'm gonna give some spoilers. If you have, I gotta say that I am so glad you guys brought up that it was a book too, because I was loving the show. It's so addictive and I absolutely loved everyone's performances. Chris Evans, obviously big fan. He's awesome. Michelle Dockery, fantastic. She is great on Downton Abbey. Of course, she is great here. So as I am watching it, everybody starts telling me here, it's also a book. How come you didn't know about it? So I went into this rabbit hole and I had to find out every detail. And I'm glad I did, because then I got to notice all the differences that everybody was talking about. In the end, it seems like on the show, everybody has this consensus that they were going for an ambiguous ending, that Jacob doesn't unalive the kid in the end for certain, that it is up to the audience to determine that. And that is why the girl, Hope, survives in the end. But then I found out in the book that's not how it happens. He actually has blood on his swimsuit, and that Hope actually is found unalived. So, of course, I understand why they wanted to change those things to kind of give it now this different vibe and for us to determine in our heads whatever we feel like we want to determine, kind of like Shutter Island. However, I do agree with everyone else online that although the book doesn't really specify either, it definitely seemed like Jacob was responsible, especially if you add that huge detail about Hope. Now, when it comes to the mom, that's where I need you guys to tell me what you think, because somebody said on Reddit, I believe, that the mom is now adding to the list that Chris Evans' character has, that now everyone in his family is basically an unaliver, because his dad was an unaliver and that's why he even cut him out of his life. Then his son could be potentially, and now also his wife because of what she tried to do to their son. And that when Hope was unalived, then all hope basically went with her. Yeah, endings like this, you gotta love them, but at the same time, they're kind of exasperating if you are a person that seeks closure. So I just want to know what your opinion is on all this, because I love hearing theories and what everybody else felt with this ending.